Welcome back to Tales and Trap.
So as you can probably tell, the bonnet's up in this for a change, and that's because I'm in the huff. I'm just rage fitting parts now. That's a bit unfair. We took it a drive, a fairly thorough shakedown if I'm being honest, and I wanted to enjoy it and not have to like worry about anything bar the drive. Didn't really film it. A good few hours into it, we had a wee rupture. Not a rupture, but an overheat, and as a result, there's lots of brown everywhere again. I've had a wee bit of diagnosis on it since then, and I'm pleased to say I don't think it's end terminal. So I will say this, in no way, shape or form is my work in this car done.
How are you getting on, Tommy?
Not bad, not bad. So as you probably worked out here, I've decided to take all the equal length exhaust manifold off for a number of reasons. First off, I actually hate it now. It's got to the point where I'm no longer just like irritated by the noise. I've had enough. But more importantly, the manifold arrived. So my YOLO gland was throbbing, and here's an unequal length header, which I would like to think is going to be better than equal length. I'm wondering if there's meant to be gaskets in there. Anyway, we'll come back to that.
Exhaust sealant at the very minimum, I'd imagine.
Yeah, that's the latest problem. The current problem is this. So
why is this a problem? It looks good, it looks well machined, it looks
good, well
scuffed.
machined,
But
all that jazz. Well, it doesn't matter since that's manifold.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is threaded, but
Oh.
the old one isn't.
Oh my. Well, that's an easy problem to solve with a drill.
We've got a number of options. Yeah, we could just drill this, or we could actually see if the captive bolts that are in there will take a thread and just thread them in. I mean, it's worth a punt. So these bolts are all loose, but the problem is there's things above them that will stop me lifting them out. For example.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's a bigger problem for them being threaded.
Yeah.
So the block end is threaded, I assume.
So let's just see if I'm even.
Oh, the threads. Ugh. That looks like a different pitch. We're drilling. So are there threads on the block side?
No.
So how the f does it hold in?
Bolt. There's bolts.
Oh, it's a nut and bolt. Oh, right. There's a captive nut at the other end or something.
Captive bolt, technically, because I can't get the bolts out.
Oh, I see, and then the nut's gone.
Yeah.
Well, there's no way in hell you would be threading them in if they're captive bolts.
Yeah.
So let's get the drill out and just
widen them.
Get to it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I presume it's stainless steel.
Yes.
So you can weld and cut and do all sorts of magic.
Yes.
As is evident by this car entirely made of stainless steel.
Yes.
So it was never going back, viewers.
No.
Engineer Thomas, extraordinaire of stainless steel, will make it work.
Yes.
We put a f***ing hatchback exhaust on an estate, man.
Yes.
We are modifying brothers. See, when you're drilling and grinding and cutting, I presume most of you know this because I'm sure the reason you follow the channel is because you have similar interests and do similar stuff. But the noise is biblical, like properly so. You don't really notice it doing it a bit at a time, but over time, if you don't use earmuffs or some kind of ear protection, you're going to pay for that. Can you spell tinnitus? So is drilling complete?
I'm going to regret drilling it, I'm going to just say that right now.
Oh really? Why?
Around about here we've got one, and I can see why they elected to have it threaded. There's one where there's not got a nut next to the pipe because it's too f***ing close, but yeah, we'll deal with that. So,
It does look nice. No, it looks better than the last one for sure.
aye, for about 12 minutes until it does that thing that old cheap stainless does, and
Aye, turns to rust.
that's just
Behind you, back of your right foot. With another one.
Oh no, that's
Oh no.
this is awkward.
No tongue out, but it's not that awkward.
Contours, mate. So there's a couple of little exercises we're going to do just before we put this on the ground and try it out. And that is looking out with exhaust to other problems we may have caused ourselves. Such as, and I have been making mental notes all the way through this to make sure I don't get caught out with it. This might want to live slightly different to what it is at the moment. It's going to be a bit melty. Just this thing, I don't know what really this is meant to be doing, but I'm not going to be anyway.
It does feel, as I said earlier, somewhat over-engineered.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would imagine a clamp would have been sufficient.
I will point out as well that they provide everything bar this f***ing bong.
That's not very helpful.
Well, we're bringing it down because it's time for me to fire it up and see if I have any exhaust leaks. What that really means is it's time to fire it up and
Find out where the exhaust leaks are. I think there's a wee leak.
Oh, that's a shock that that flange would look like a bag of shit. Somehow leaks.
How did we ever get by without one of these? So does the over-engineered little shitty bracket actually hold?
I don't know how the f*** actually see.
Just think back, Tommy, to the days of pulling an engine out an MX-5, taking a body off a Chimera. It could be worse. I can't understand how that seals.
Neither can I. That's the problem.
There's no f***ing way. Not without big clamps.
As you can see, we have welded up these two bits, which is a far easier solution than dicking about with the rest. I'm just going to leave them on. But we're on. Bring it down, we're going to fire it up and see if the unequal length manifold is an unequal length manifold or if it still sounds like a bag of balls. This is going to be tricky, obviously, because whatever reason, the wind is up.
Oh, watch the paint.
Oh no! Right, please don't blow. Doesn't sound bad.
Doesn't sound like it's leaking.
Right, so we've got a Pioneer GM DB8704 amplifier. What we're going to do is, because we've only got one subwoofer, we're going to bridge the two channels into one power subwoofer, and hopefully we can get some nice soundage.
Because that's exactly what you need in a 90s Subaru Impreza.
Oh, it is though. It's 100%.
It just has the
It's
rattles.
100%
It has the
what you-
rattles and all
Yes.
that.
Yes.
This, by the way, this is a wee aside is why my car won't start later on. But,
Also, Tommy can explain this. We have actually found an interesting, suspicious box. What is that box, Tommy?
that box is the reason why I'm going to have a rebuild in about 6 months.
So we found an aftermarket ECU. So we've obviously we've wired the power cable, and don't get me wrong, it's not the best power cable, but it's what we have, so it's going to have to suffice.
Mitigate any further,
That's probably wise.
mitigate any further flattening of batteries.
Yeah.
Is that torque spit you're using?
It works though. It managed to
Yeah,
slack
it
them
doesn't
off.
need to be super tight.
See when I said the box we had earlier on?
Yeah.
I meant the big one.
Oh,
The one that has all the big drivers in it.
Listen, I'm new to this.
So we've got cables. I mean, this is
Yes.
so
I mean, I don't know if
so
people-
amateur. It's unbelievable the way
Yeah,
we're
I mean,
doing this.
this
but
is, don't try this at home. This is a massive fire risk. Absolute fire
It's
hazard.
not a fire risk. Like, the reason why this isn't a fire risk now is because these are signal cables for running the sub from the amp. So all they do is carry like noise. Let's just say in a simple term they carry noise. So all it'll do is crackle. It doesn't get like enough. But it's still gets big.
I mean, I tried to make it sound a bit dramatic.
Nah, we think
Just pooped on my parade.
you know that when we're done, I'm taking them out, putting spades on them. With it.
Yes. Subwoofers obviously is low power frequency. So what we want to do is 40 hertz,
We like a French
40 hertz, and then change it from 4 channel to channel, and we are absolutely jamming. Funnel leads from the head unit and the remote cable as well, and that basically tells that subwoofer to come on, or sorry, the amp. So we're just giving it a little clean down, and now we're going to put some stickers for the bottom half of the lights. That part that makes it look nice. Nikon Tam. We're using some obliterate, lot of finesse stuff, which we're not sponsored by yet.
Or at all, ever likely to be, ever. Yeah.
Is it to hide the crack? Was that the whole idea?
No.
Okay.
It's a happy side effect.
Mate, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not seeing the vision.
I thought Chris was going to do it because he knows what he's doing.
Ah, he does. Can I stick left on the car at least?
What, the word left or the left sticker?
Ah, the word left.
If you want clarification as to why we're doing this, that mod there was like a tenner. The import cookie real lights that have those as white are around about the 300 quid mark. So, plus it'll also hide this rather fetching crack.
Well,
I hope. Well, we'll see. We'll find out.
wait, that's not a crack.
Is it not?
It's a crack for the sake
That's actually coming off in my nail.
There you go, then.
Wait, so what you're saying here is if I just clean things, they might not be problems? Nah, I'm not buying it, mate. Get the welder out.
He's just using his nails. Ah, I mean, that's going f***ing way through me. God, you know.
Ah, there you go. Look at that. Brown. Lovely. There's nothing that screams nice, good condition car than brown coolant everywhere. So the cause of this, by the way, you'll note the new radiator cap which I bought. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. See that? Aye, sheared. So what's happened there is that's just bubbled over time and just slowly let all of the coolant out until it's got hot enough to pop. But coolant back in, drove home fine. So by all accounts, there's no issues, and since having run up to temperature several times, it's been fine. So it just bloody better be, because, well, I'm not buying an engine, but I will buy this. I've bought a new radiator because the radiator core, which you'll see when we get this thing out momentarily, is non-existent. All the fins have just been blown away, and it's just years of abuse. So what we're also going to put in, obviously, is a new header tank, because, well, there's no fixing that. That's done. While we're here, I've also got a blow from the up pipe into the turbo, because aftermarket manifolds, cheap Chinesium crap. But I'll be honest, I think the problem there is the gasket rather than the actual up pipe. So we're going to take that off, get a look at the gasket. I think I'm just going to take the turbo off altogether, because as you can see, I mean, it's just right under there. So get a look at it, make sure it's in good health, put it back on. So I've got an up pipe and a down pipe gasket. So that's this tank. Yeah, so as predicted, that is pretty much dead. I've got a new rad, just need to take these two bolts out in the top, so that assembly comes with this, which is easy, and these two bolts out the bottom. That's going to involve an angle grinder. Right, I've had a look at this TD04, and whilst I was hoping for maybe a TD05 or an ICI turbo, I'm not going to begrudge the fact that I do actually have what seems to be a fairly decent condition unit. However, I don't know for sure because I'm not an expert. The man next door is. So he's off today, but I'm going to leave it on his bench with a wee post-it note saying, please give me a quick check, and assuming everything's alright, we'll just throw this back in the car. So, not in a rush yet.
So we started.
You're not supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd just take to see what it was.
Yeah, that looks worrying, but like I say, I mean, that is going to be what's needed for a health check, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the journal bearing itself is a pretty poor colour there,
Right.
And then we can see it's got kind of wear here.
Okay.
Can't see if the scoring has a wee bit of scoring there.
Right.
So that's just oil over there, it's contaminated oil. The ring looks not too bad. Normally these get kind of carboned up, but it seems to be okay.
Okay.
So aye, it's okay. Comp wheel looks good. I mean, we can shave that a wee bit, tidy it up. I've not taken apart the bearing housing yet, but obviously we'll take that apart, see what's in here. And then I've already had a look to see what parts are available for it, so we could maybe upgrade that a wee bit, 360-degree thrust bearing. We can maybe put in the wee step gap rings, which I'd like to talk about, because for some reason a lot of these turbo videos nobody seems to talk about step gap rings, and they're a fantastic wee upgrade. Actuator I've not checked, but I would imagine it's...
Well, it's been making boost,
It's
so
been making boost, so we know it's okay. Yeah. So yeah.
that has been the solution.
So live,
No.
live.
No. Positive. Negative. Positive.
Live. Earth. That's right, okay. See if I can make a word out of this. Hang on.
Out of left and right. You can make light,
See the fact that I just done
Aye.
that first time then?
you can make fight, you can make tight,
No one's even listening.
you could make fright, you could make other words as well.
Something we could maybe just stick here.
Alright? Nah, nothing. You definitely can't make any words.